Hello friends, welcome to YouTube channel Trashfan. So today in this video I'm gonna explain you how to create this table into Blender. So watch the video till the end, and if you have any doubt you can comment in the comment section. So in today's video I'm gonna explain how to create this table in Blender. I will gonna introduce you to Blender and all the tools which we use in Blender, and we're gonna create the mesh in Blender. And after that I am gonna tell you how to apply basic material into Blender and how to render the basic render into Blender. So today's tutorial I am gonna explain you this, and in the next part of the tutorial I am gonna explain you how to do the UV unwrap part in Blender and how to make a photorealistic render in Blender. So watch these two video, and if you have any doubt you can comment me. So without any further ado, let's start the video. I hope that this video will help you a lot. So let's start the tutorial. So as I have told earlier that today we are gonna create this table stand. So let's start creating this table stand in Blender. So for today's tutorial I am gonna use Blender to create the model. So I am using Blender 2.93 version. If you want to download Blender, you can go to the Blender website and you can easily download Blender software and you can start using it. So let's start the video and I will tell you how to create this stand in Blender, which is a basic stand, as well as you can see the dimensions of the stand that has been provided here. So with these dimensions we are gonna create this stand. So let's first see how to set up the dimensions in Blender, and we are gonna create this stand as a low poly model. So now the main thing is how to start the settings of Blender so that you can set the Blender into mm. So to do this, first of all you have to go to this panel, you can see here. Then you have to click on this icon where you can see a option as units. Click on it. After that what you have to do is, you can see there is a meters option, but we want it in mm. So here there is an option known as millimeter. Just set it to it, and you can see that our viewport has been set to millimeters. So now we are ready to go. And if you want to see the length, the best setting that Blender provides is click on this icon. Then first you have to click on the object, or say you have to click on the cube, then press tab on the keyboard. You can see that here whatever keys I am pressing, all the keys are also available, also showing here. So I am pressing tab right now, and then once you press tab, means you are now in the edit mode. What you have to do is just click here this icon, then you have to click on here. You can see that there is a measurement option, and there are different kinds of measurement option, but the most widely used measurement option is the length, edge length. Just click on it. So now you can see that we are able to see the dimension of this box, but you can see that the dimension of this box is as 2000 mm, but here we want the dimensions in 425. So you can do this, that here you can see a option known as unit scale. So for now the unit scale is at 1. You can set to at 0.1. You have to set to at 0.1 so that we can get this kind of unit scale in Blender. So now the unit scale is at 0.1, due to which we get the measurement as 200 mm. So now we want the measurement as length to be 425 mm. So to increase the length of this cube, basically what you have to do is just press S on the keyboard, and then you have to press Y on the keyboard so that you can scale on the Y axis. So here they have given the dimensions as 425 mm. So here you have to set it to 425 mm. 425 mm. So I have set the cube length to 425 mm. Now they are told to set the width to 350 mm. So to set the width to 350 mm, it is the same process. Press S on the keyboard. Then I need to scale it on x-axis. So I will press X on the keyboard and I will scale on the x-axis to 350 mm. So you can see that I have done the adjustment of the length and the width. So now I will do the adjustment of the height. So the height is told as 647 mm. So the same process will go on. Press S on the keyboard to scale. Then I have to scale the height. So I will press Z for the Z axis and I will scale it to 647 mm. So now you can see that we have done the adjustment of this cube and we have set the dimensions all correctly, as length is 425 mm, width is 350 mm and the height is 647 mm. So as we have done the adjustment regarding from the product facts, so now we can easily start creating this table into Blender. So let's start the video. So if you want that to see the X-ray mode in Blender, here is the option. So you can click on it and you can see the X-ray mode, or else you can click Ctrl Z on the keyboard. You can see here I am pressing Ctrl and Z. From this you can see that the X-ray mode is available. So now we need to create this top portion first. So here they are also given the dimensions of this top table thickness, which is 25 mm. So we can also do that. So now let's duplicate this cube first. So if you want to duplicate this cube, click on the cube. Then you have to use the keyboard and press Shift D to duplicate. And then I have to move it to the Z axis on the top. So I will press Z on the keyboard so that we can move to the Z axis. But for now I am not gonna move this cube anywhere. So I will just press the right click mouse button. So you can see that we have generated two cubes. One was our main cube and second was our duplicated cube. So if you want to rename these two cubes, we can also do that. Just double click on that particular name of that cube and now you can easily type the name like I am typing dimensions. So you can see that in this manner you can easily rename in Blender. So, and if you want to lock this particular cube, you can also do that. So to lock the cube, what you have to do is you have to click on this icon, which is known as filter icon, and here you can see one arrow like selection button. You just need to click on it and you can see that the same arrow button is also appearing here, but earlier it was not there. So if you are not able to see this arrow button, what you have to do, you have to click on this and you have to click on this button. So if you want to lock this particular cube, you just need to click on it, and so now you can see that the cube is not able to select and we are not able to select that cube. So now, as I have told earlier that we have already created the dimension portion, now I am gonna create the top portion of the table first, and then we are gonna create the bottom portion of the table, and after that we will gonna create the stand and the small part of this table. So the basic thing is that first we will create the top part. So as the dimension is given that it's 25 mm, we will set this cube to 25 mm. So we can do in two methods. by just scaling it in the normal way, and the second is by going to edit mode with the help of tab key. Then you have to go to the front view, which is X view. Here you can click the front view and you can click the back view. And if you want to rotate the canvas, you just have to press the middle key to rotate the canvas. And if you want to pan it, you have to click shift and middle mouse button to pan. And if you want to zoom using keyboard, you can use control middle mouse and up and down mouse to zoom it, or else the same features are also provided here. If you want to pan, you can use this type of this key. If you want to zoom, they also provided the zoom key, and if you want to rotate, you can easily rotate from this symbol. So now I am gonna tell you how to scale from the second method. So first you need to click on the box, then go to the edit mode with the help of tab key on the keyboard. So I am using Windows, you can see that. So now I am going into the front view, and then I am selecting the bottom part. But you can see that when I am selecting the bottom part, only the front portion is selecting but not the back portion. It's because if you want to select the back portion, you need the X-ray mode. As I have told earlier, if you want to activate the X-ray mode, you need to click on this icon. Just click on this icon and you can see that the X-ray mode is activated. And now if you select the bottom portion, you can see that the back side of the edge is also selected. So if you want to close this X-ray mode, just click on it. So now we have came back from the X-ray mode, and if you want to see the X-ray mode, click on it. So now go to the front view, and now we have to set the value to 25 mm. So now we can easily scale in the Z axis, but here we will not scale, we will just move this like this into the Z axis. So if you want to move this, what you have to do is press G on the keyboard. You can see here also, press G on the keyboard and you can move, but you can see that it's not moving straightly upward, but it's moving randomly upward or side by side. But now I want to move it straightly upward on the Z axis. To do that, press G on the keyboard and then press Z on the keyboard, so that we can only move on the Z axis upward or downward. So we want 25 mm, and here you can see that in this manner you can easily create 25 mm. So I have set the top portion to 25 mm. So you can see that now it's in X-ray mode. So as I told you, to come back from X-ray mode or to turn off the X-ray mode, you have to press this key. And now you can see that due to as we have created two tables, or say two cubes, we have to first hide the diameter cube. So if you want to hide the diameter cube, here you can see that there is an I button. Just click on it and you can hide or unhide this, or hide or unhide any kind of cube or any kind of mesh. So now I want to hide this mesh, so just click on this object or says this eye icon, so it will get hide. So now let's create the top part. As we see that here there is a bevel or chamfer like thing, which is a curve type, but in our viewport it seems like it is a straight cube. So now I am going to explain you how to create this curve portion. So it is a simple process. So now I am going to explain you how to create this curve portion in Blender. So it is a simple process. So first of all, we can see that we are not able to see the curvature, we cannot able to see the curves easily. So what you can do, you can click here and you can turn on the cavity. So once you are turned on the cavity, we can see that we are able to see the edges properly. So now let's create the curve portion. So first of all, select the cube and go to the edit mode with the help of tab on the keyboard, and then you have to select the edges. So you can see that now I am able to only select the vertices, but I am not able to select the edges. So to select the edges, here Blender has given the option, this is vertices, this is edges, and this is faces. So now currently I am in the edges mode. So if you want to select the edge mode, click on it. So with this we can easily select the edge, and the shortcut on keyboard is 1, 2 and 3. So 1 is for vertices, 2 is for edges, and 3 is for faces. So in this manner you can select the vertices, edges and faces. So now let's create the curve. So to create the curve you need to select the edge portion. So let's select the edge portion by just clicking the edges and with the help of Shift F. If you want to select multiple edges, you can drag like this, but you want to select a specific edge, what you can do, click that specific edge, then press Shift on the keyboard and then click that other edges that you want to select. So now I want to select the corners edge. So let's click on this edge, then rotate the canvas, click on another edge with the help of Shift, then click on third edge with the help of Shift, and then click the fourth edge with the help of click. So in this manner you can easily select the edges. You can also select the edges in the X-ray mode. So turn on the X-ray mode, you can click this edge, then this edge, then third edge and then fourth edge easily. So but now I am gonna tell you the simplest method how to select the edges. So if there are multiple edges like this, and you want to select it single by one click, what you can do, just select this any edge like this edge. I am selected it, go to select option, I am moving this PRF sidely, so just select it, and here you can see a loop option. In that loop option you need to gonna select edge rings, just click on it. So in this manner by one click you can easily select the edge rings. So now I am doing undo, so that we just need the 4 side cube. So now I am gonna tell you that we can see that we are not able to see how much vertices, edges and faces is currently now in this Blender file. So to see the statistics of how much vertices, edges and faces are there in the model, you can click on this icon, and here you can see one option known as statistics. Just click on it, and here you can see all the statistics like how much vertices is present in the Blender file right now and how much edges and faces is available. But as I have told you that we are in the edit mode, so we are only able to see the faces, vertices and edges of this particular cube only. But once we get out from the edit mode, so now you can see that we are gonna see different values. As I have told you that we have just used 2 cubes, so one of the cube is hide, due to which we are only able to see the dimensions or the properties of the one cube. But once we unhide the other cube, we can see that the vertices, these are the vertices, edges and faces that are available, or say we have this many polycounts in the Blender file right now. And if we again duplicate it, you can see that the values drastically changes. So if we hide it, the values will change, and if we unhide it, the values will again come back. That depend upon the model, how much model you have in the viewport right now. So I am gonna delete it. So to delete the cube, you just have to press the delete button on the keyboard, or the other option, that is you can press X on the keyboard, and here you can see that one pop-up is came. So press X and just click on the delete button. So now the main thing is that I want to unhide this portion, but I am not able to select this cube, which is our dimension cube, because we have turn off our selection mode, or we have locked the dimension cube. So to unlock this, you can click here and unlock it. So now you can see that we can easily select our dimension cube. So to hide lock it, you can click on this icon, and to hide it, you can click on this icon. So in future I will also tell you how to create multiple collections and multiple groups, how to group the object, and how to export and how to add material. So now let's create the top portion. We will create curve portion. So just click on this cube, go to the edit mode, and then you have to select the edge, click on it. As I told earlier, if you want to select the edge at once, click on the select button, go to the select more or less, go to the loop option, and then go to the edge rings option. And now we are gonna create this bevel like thing. So to create the bevel in Blender, here you can see the options to create the bevel. Click on it, and from here you can create the bevel, but you can see that the bevel is not coming because you need to create the segments. So from here there is one panel, click on it, and from here you can increase the segments depending upon you. So what is the shortcut for it? To create the bevel in shortcut, you have to press Ctrl B on the keyboard and just move the mouse. And if you want to increase the segments, just use scroll button or say scroll wheel to change the segments depending upon your model. So in this manner you can create the bevel. And if you want to precisely look at how our model will look, we need to go to the top view, and now here we need to create the bevel in this manner. Sometimes what happens that we are not getting the correct bevel, it's because we need to do one more setting. Just come out from the edit mode, select the cube, press Ctrl A, and then here you can see an option known as all transforms. Click on it. I'm again repeating, select the cube. The thing is that if you are not getting a correct bevel, for that what you have to do, I am telling it to you now. Click on the cube, press Ctrl A, then click on all transforms. So in this manner you can easily now go to edit mode, then select that particular edges, and then just press Ctrl B to create the edge, and to create the segments you can use your mouse scroll wheel. So in this manner you can create the bevel. So in this manner you can create the bevel. So actually the X-ray mode is on. So to turn off the X-ray mode, click here. So now you can see that we are getting these kind of lines in between the curve. So it's because our cavity is on. To turn off the cavity, just click here and turn off the cavity. But you can see that the lines are still appearing here. So to create a smooth lines like this, what you have to do, right click on it and you have to click on the shade smooth option. But now you can see that the mesh is distorted. So it's because you have to do one more steps, which is that you have to click on this option. You have to go to normals and you have to turn on auto smooth. So once you turn on auto smooth, you can see the smoothness of this mesh, which is similar to our reference image. So now you can see that in reference image, a little bit of bevel is also there on the edge. So it's the similar process to create the bevel. First you have to go in the edit mode with the help of tab. Then you need to click on the face, or you can select the edge like this one by one. So to select the edge at once, you can click on first any edge, then click alt. You can select the multiple edge. The similar way, with the help of shift, select another edge, and then shift and then click alt. So in this manner you can select the face, and the simple way is click on the face, select it, and then if you want to do the bevel, the same process, Control B to create the bevel. But now you can see that dimensions are also coming there, but if you don't want the dimension, just click on this overlay and turn off the edge length option and click on Control B, and depending upon your reference image, you can create the bevel, and you can increase or decrease the segments. So for now I am setting the segment to 3 and creating this kind of bevel. So you can see that I have created the top portion of the table, and the vertices, still now we are in this, we have these poly counts like 224 vertices, 420 edges, 198 faces. So now let's create the bottom portion of the table. So if you want to make it more smooth, like you can see that it is not fully smooth, as we are not applied the subdivision modifier. So to make it more smooth, you can go to this gear icon, click on it, and then you have to add one modifier known as subdivision modifier. Here is the subdivision modifier, click on it, so it will apply on the model. But you can see that when we have added the subdivision modifier, you can see the changes into our poly counts. So if you want to remove this subdivision modifier, just click on this cross button, and you can see that our poly count has decreased now. So I am again adding the subdivision surface to our object. So click on it and it will get added. We can increase the levels, like we can increase 1, 2, 3. Whenever we increase the levels, our mesh gets more smooth. So I am keeping it 3, so it getting more smooth and best quality model. But you can see that the count is at 3 and our poly counts are also increasing. So remember to keep the level at 2, which is best, as our poly count will be in limited polys, and we need to create this table in 150 poly counts or less than 150 poly counts. We will try to make it less than 150 poly counts. So till now the poly count is 6720. So now let's create the cylinder portion and this portion. So first I am gonna create the cylinder portion, and we have not given any kind of dimensions for the cylinder part. So we will make an assumption and we will create this. So to create the cylinder part, you have to add a cylinder into the Blender viewport. So to add a cylinder into Blender viewport, you can see a add button, click on it, click on this add button, then you can see a mesh option, click on it, or just move on to the mesh option and you can see a cylinder option, click on this. So you can see that the cylinder is very much big, so we need to scale it down. But first you need to change the vertices to it's 32. We just need 8 vertices because we are gonna add the subdivision modifier after that. So we need to scale it down like this with the help of S button. and you can increase with the help of S and Z in the Z axis, and you can scale it using S. So in this manner you can easily create a cylinder, and to move you can move it in this manner. So I am in the front view. This is the front view, this is the back view, this is the top view, and this is the side view. So always keep in mind that X is the front view. So now X is the front view and Y is the side view. So now let's turn on the dimension cube again, and I'm going in the front view and I am turning on the X-ray mode. So now we want to create this cylinder. So the similar method goes on. Just press on the tab key to go to the edit mode, and then select the vertices of the top and then move in the Z axis upward, and again select the vertices of bottom, move in the Z axis in this manner. So it is simple to create this kind of model, but in further videos I am gonna increase the level of models, increase the model levels. So watch the video till the end so that you will get full knowledge how to use Blender and how to create these kind of stuffs in Blender. So now I have created the cylinder portion. So now let's create the bottom part. So to create the bottom part cylinder, we can use again a cube, or we can again duplicate this dimension cube. Just select that dimension cube, and to duplicate you can use Shift D and just click again. In this manner you can duplicate it, and I just need to rename it to cube or cylinder. So right click on it and there is an option known as rename, or double click on it and just rename to cylinder or silly, anything you can click, cylinder. Now I need to hide the dimension. First I will unlock it and I will hide the dimension, and then I will scale it. So now I am creating this cylinder. So you can use this method also to create the cylinder. Once we have created the main cylinder, then we can increase or decrease the size. So first we will create this cylinder, but you can see that in this portion at the center it is empty. So empty, but here we can see that the cube is not empty at the center. So to do that, go to the edit mode, use face, select it, and select with the help of Shift the bottom part of the face or the face portion. Then if you want to insert, then there is an option known as insert face. You can easily insert, and for shortcut is I in the keyboard. You can see here, when you press I on the keyboard you can easily insert it. And now we need to delete it. So you can use right click and you can use this button to delete it, bridge faces. So you can see that the faces has been deleted. And now the main thing is that we need to create the bevel. So as I have told you how to create the bevel here, the same process you need to create the bevel here. First of all, we need to scale it in the same size in this manner. Now let's create the bevel. So first of all, I am gonna select this cube and I am gonna press Shift S to increase or decrease this the thickness. So I need the thickness to be like this. And now I am gonna selecting the edges. I am gonna select all the edges, or you can select the first edge with the help of Alt just click on this and then press Alt. Just shift click, press Alt and then Control B. You can see that the bevel is not coming because, as I had told earlier, sometimes Blender does not create the correct bevel. To do that, just come back to the object mode. So to do this, you can click here and the object mode. So, and to edit it, you can go to the edit mode. So now I want to go to the object mode. You can press tab again and press Ctrl A, and you can see a all transfer. Click on it and then again go to the edit mode and then try to bevel it. Now it will come. So you can see that bevel is coming in this manner, and with the help of scroll wheel you can easily create the segments. So you can see that the bevel has came. So now I am again selecting the back side and I am shift with Alt A. I am increasing this more, and then use H and select with Alt and then Control B. You can do like this. So basically we have created this kind of effect, but you can see that it's curve. So we need to do the curve portion. So go to the edit mode, select this edge, and it has been selected completely. Go to the select option, go to the select loop option and then click on the edge rings. Then you need to bevel it using Ctrl B, and you need to add segments depending upon your model. So I am now just adding 2 segments. This is 1 and 2 segments I am adding here. So you can see that we have created this portion, but now it's not smooth. So you can do that, right click on it and shade smooth, and then add the subdivision surface modifier. So you can see that in this manner it has been applied, and keep it to 2. So you can, if you want to delete any edges, you need to select that particular edge and right click it. You need to click on that particular edge that you want to delete. Press X on keyboard and you need to dissolve edge it. So in this manner you can delete the edge, and you can click here to see clearly the edges. So now we have created this portion. Now just adjust it in the same manner. So need to move it down somewhere here. Let's scale it. If you want to scale the cylinder, you can do it. Go to the edit mode. With the help of A, press A and select all, and shift Alt S. You can scale this kind of effect. And this is the first method that I have told. I am now going to explain you the second method. So to create the exact cylinder like thing, what you have to do, create a cylinder, scale it down, move it somewhere here, go to the topmost, rotate using RX90. Now what I will gonna do is that if you want to add edges to this model, press Ctrl R to add the edges. But if you want to add multiple edges, you can use Ctrl R and scroll the wheel. And if you want to delete the faces, select it, X delete faces. Now I will tell you how to mirror this. So to mirror this, you need to first click Ctrl A and then Alt transform, and then go to the modifier, and there is an option known as mirror modifier. Click on it. It will mirror. It is mirroring in x-axis. If you want to mirror in y, click on it. It will mirror in y-axis. So now main thing is that it's not joining. It's not joining because you need to click on this clipping option. So once you click on this clipping option, it will join properly. So now let's go to the top view and just move this in forward direction. So we now just move here and scale it down. First of all, I will hide this. Then let's make the bevel in this form. I will scale it down somehow like this and make it in here. Now we need to create the curve portion. So to create the curve portion, first of all you need to select the vertices, and then you can see that here is our cursor, but we want it to here. So to do that, you can press Shift S and cursor to selected. The cursor has came here. Now what you have to do is go to the face, select this face and go to the top, and here is an option known as spin. Click on it, and now we need to spin it. And with the control you can easily set the spinning angle. So now this is I am making the spinning angle to 90 and it's okay. And now just move and now just click anywhere, and you can see that we have created this effect. And now if you want to move this edge, or you need to extrude this edge, what you can do, press E on the keyboard, it will get extracted. And always remember that you need to delete this face always. And now move it, and now I am gonna move it further here in this manner. And now you can add the subdivision modifier and smooth it out. It too okay. So now let's move the cylinder downward direction and let's see how it's looking. So till now we have created this portion, but we want to increase the size of this cylinder. So select all with the help of A and Alt S and scale it depending upon your reference model. So it is looking okay. Let's scale down. Okay, now it's looking okay. And now let's move this portion little backward, or else we will move in this manner and increase the scale. And move this to little backward. But you can see that this cylinder is at this point. So select the cylinder and move it here somewhere where the reference is showing, and then you can increase the cylinder if you want. And I have not applied any kind of subdivision to it. So to apply the subdivision, first you need to create edges. So to create the edges, you need to press Ctrl R and move it upward, Ctrl R, move it downward, and then you need to add the subdivision surface. You can add 2 2. So in this manner you can create the cylinder, but you can see that the cylinder is looking very small. So I am increasing the size like this, and in the side view you can move this to upward and this to downward. So in this manner you can create the 3D models in Blender. So now let's create this portion, which is the stand, or say the holder stand. So to create this you can use similar cylinder, scale it down, move it down, scale it down in this manner. Go to top view, move here and there, then move upward, and now let's create it. So use tab and X-ray mode, and then with the help of Control R you can add edges to it. Control R, add edges, select it, scale it down, and then in this manner you can create. And if you want to create bevel, Control B, and you can create the bevel. And you need to add the subdivision surface 1 2. So now our total poly count is 224,384. So if you want to mirror this, first of all our cursor is here. We need to move the cursor to the world origin. So to do that, select, then here you can see the option. You need to go to the object, snap to world origin, and then you can see that our transform is at here, but we want the transform to be here. So you can do that, object, set origin to cursor. So our origin will set to the cursor, and now you can mirror it in x-axis and y-axis. So we have created this model in Blender. Now I will tell you how to apply the materials. So to apply the materials, you need to go to the shading panel, click on it, and then here you can see different materials. So now I am gonna click on this top portion, and now I am gonna rename it to metal. Then I am gonna select the cylinder part, and now I am gonna add new material, name as white material. And first of all I am gonna create a metal material. So to create a metal material, you just need to increase the metallic value, you can see that, and need to decrease the roughness if you want. So here I want to tell you that if the roughness is 0, it means it's gloss, and if the roughness is at 1, it means it 1. And similarly, if the metallicness if the metalness is at 0, and it is non-metallic, and if it is at 1, it is metallic. So now it is pure metallic. I don't want a pure metallic value, so I am increasing the reference. I am increasing the roughness in this manner. So in this manner you can create the metallicness. Now let's create the white value. So to change the color you can use this panel, and you can easily change the color, but I want white, so I will change the value to 00 and value to 1 or 0.9. So if you want to apply the same material to this cylinder also, you can do that. Just click on this and click on that particular material to which you want to apply on that particular object, and it will get applied. So now let's create the black portion. Click on it, select the new, rename as black, then change the color to black, And if you want to add metalness, you can use the metallic value to add the metalness. And if you want to create metallic or roughness, you can use this roughness slider. So in this manner you can create the table portion. And if you want to render it, so I am going to now tell you how to render it. So first of all you need to add a plane. So to add a plane, you can go to add mesh plane, and now you need to scale it and move it down somehow here. Now you need to go to object mode and select these two edges and extrude it using this button or using key E on the keyboard. And you can see here that we have multiple edges. So to remove this multiple edges, you need to do one step. First of all, you need to go to the X-ray mode and select the vertices, then click on M and by distance. So you can see that three vertices has been removed. And if you want to bevel this area, you can click on the edge and you can click Ctrl B to bevel. And if you want to smooth this out, you can go to shade smooth using right mouse button and click on it. And if you want to see the camera, click on this icon, you can see the camera. If you want to move this camera but it's not moving because you have not selected the camera, and you need to go to view, navigation and walk navigation, so that you can move the camera in this manner. With the help of W, S, D, E, A, S, D, W, E and Q you can move. With W you can move forward, with S you can move backward, with A you can move sideward, with D you can move sidewards, and if with E you can move upward, and with Q you can move downwards. So in this manner you can move easily. And if you want to see the render view, you can click here. So now I am in EV. You can also click on cycles. You can use cycles. So you can see that we are rendering. So now our render view is updated. So you can see that the frame is ending. So I want it to 128, so that we can get good quality renders. So you can see that in our viewport is 108. If you want to move like the same method, you can use the transform key to move the line, and if you want to duplicate it, you can use Ctrl D to duplicate it. So in this manner you can duplicate it, and you want to see the camera, you can click on this icon. And if you want to increase the light or change the color, you can use this button, click on it and increase the light. So now let's do it 40. Let's change the color to blue and the other color to red, and let's let the value be 40. And let's click on this again. So you can see that this is a basic element. And if you want to render this way, you need to go to this render option and render image. So you can see that our image is being rendering. So you can see that from somehow this cube is also another render. It's because we have hide the cube, but we have to hide the cube in render. You just need to click this button. If it's not available here, you need to click this filter, and here you need to click it on. You need to click it on, then you need to turn off this button as well as this button, because we don't want to render these two objects. So now let's click it's, and tomorrow we will learn more things about it. So if you like the video, do press the like button, and if you want to be a part of this YouTube channel Trashfan, do subscribe to this channel, and if you have any kind of doubt, you can comment me.